In our home, there is a room which is for storage. It used to have a crib. On the door, there are still hand-crayoned signs. Ezra God loves you. Missing the comma, which always made us laugh. Penned from children in a school class who I hope will remember the day my son came to visit, with a smile so big he didn't need hair on his head. On my arm is written the time with breath given to my firstborn son. 800 days. On my wrist are 7 characters telling a tiny story of a tiny person, our 3rd son, who fit in the hand just past that wrist for 1 week. 1 pound, 13 ounces. My sons are not gone. They're just dead. And we're not supposed to say dead because it hurts to think of a son, a daughter, a child gone. It's uncomfortable to feel you don't know what to say or don't have the answer to the questions everyone has to ask when this happens. Like, why? And do prayers travel through time and space and I don't even know what else to achieve anything? And if I spin a quarter 100 times and pray every time it's heads, and it's heads half the time, were my prayers heard and granted 50 times? Were my prayers heard and denied 50 times? And is a prayer more a nod to deity than anything else? Maybe death is too private, but you're wondering too all the things I'm wondering. Maybe I just need to heal, and maybe I just need to move on, as if watching your children die is a stop on a bus tour, and not something that changes the colors around you, makes you shake uncontrollably for hours, makes you roar at the heavens until you forget everything except your own scream, until you're not even sure it's you making that sound. Makes quiet feel different. As if you haven't spent so much time wondering, defining, building, breaking, thinking this isn't the place or the moment to talk about it. And you can talk about your mom who's died, or your grandfather, God rest his soul, and all the times you had, how they changed who you are. And we're all okay with it. But it's awkward to mention my sons because it's tragic, because it's not right, because it's uncomfortable. But you see, it's not uncomfortable for me to remember my sons, even though it hurts sometimes. My family is not defined by the people living in my home. And if our conversation nimbly dances around the moments in my life you feel are painful, and they are, we've ignored these parts of me which burn brightest, which make Robin still Ezra's mom, still Price's mom, which make Charlie still their brother, which make me still their dad. My sons are not gone. They're just dead. But are you okay? What does it mean? I'll tell you what we are. We're realizing all of us carry this huge strength, which wraps a home in hope and holds up the arms of a friend who can't, or the pole which holds a bag of chemo to fight the cancer in a body. Because we are created with this innate need to express, to feel something, to connect to one another. And it makes every moment so necessary and meaningful. And we wonder if we're missing it, whatever it is. We're realizing you're thinking some of this too. And maybe you're fine, and maybe you're not. And either way, it matters. It can't have been worth it. This attention to the need, the hurting, to have this empty room in our home. When I see the fire in my wife's eyes, because I said we have one son and not three, or when a 6-year-old fighting a killer in her body puts a flower on the head of every person she sees because she finds beauty where others see pain. When my chest tightens and I catch my breath every time I see a father throwing a ball with his son,
What does an elephant say?
I know
What does the elephant say?
my sons are not gone. They're just dead.